Hi guys, welcome to TCR. I'm Sid and today I want to talk to you guys about intermittent fasting. I'm going to give you guys 5 reasons why you should be doing it. Let's chat about it. Here's my disclaimer guys. I am not a doctor, and of course anytime you're going to be changing anything or if you have any current disease states, you do want to check with your doctor, you do want to talk to them about it, but all I want to do with you guys today is share some information about what's worked really well for me as well as a lot of other people. And I've posted a lot of links down below to some really great books, some really great articles and research studies. And I encourage you guys to check them out, bring them to your doctor, ask them about it. Intermittent fasting, or IF as I'll be calling it, is a meal timing schedule, which means you're going through a period of time where you're fasting and a period of time where you're refueling your body. You'll hear people talk about, I'm doing 16-8 or I'm doing 24. And what they're referring to is 16 hours fasted, 8-hour eating window, which is what we call it. Or 20 hours fasted, 4-hour eating window. Or you'll see people that do like a rolling 24. So their window kind of fluctuates, but then they'll fast for 24 hours. And then they'll have like their rolling window depending on how long they like to leave it open for. But during your fast, it's very important that you do what we call a clean fast. A clean fast means you're only drinking water, black coffee, or green or black tea without any fruit or citrus flavorings to it. The key is you don't want anything flavored and you don't want to be eating any food. This includes adding MCT oil to your coffee. This includes, any kind of bullet coffee. You don't want to be giving your body nutrients and feeding it because you can trigger an insulin response, and we'll get into that in a minute. But you do want to keep your fast completely clean in order to reach all the benefits of intermittent fasting. So let's talk real quick about the 5 reasons why you should be intermittent fasting. Number 1, ketosis. You can reach ketosis with intermittent fasting without doing a ketogenic diet, and we'll get into that in a second. Ketosis is the state which your body is no longer using sugar to run itself. So ketosis in a nutshell is your body, instead of using sugar to run it, it's using fat, stored fat that you have. That's why it's great for, keeping a fatty liver away or helping to resolve a fatty liver. But the great thing about this is with ketosis that you're reaching during fasting, you're not limiting yourself. You can reach ketosis every day once you deplete your initial glycogen stores. For some people that might take a couple days to reach ketosis for their first time. For others it might take a couple of weeks. It does vary depending on where you're at health-wise. But once you reach ketosis, your body is converting stored fat to energy. I'm going to be posting a lot of links down below that will really get into the nitty-gritty science of some of this stuff, but I don't want to bore you guys with a bunch of facts. So I'm just going to give you the glossy version of it here, and you guys can do more research down below. I listed a bunch of stuff for you. Ketosis is good because it will help you lose weight. You will be burning off that stored fat. You will be feeling better. Your body will be functioning better because of it, because you're not living off of constant insulin release and sugar in your system. Reason number 2 you should be doing intermittent fasting is autophagy. Autophagy is the bomb. Basically, it translates to literally eating oneself. What that means is think of it like your body doing a really good deep spring cleaning every day over time. So it's eliminating cells in your body that are misbehaving, not working right, not doing their job, acting funny. This can mean little things like improvement in scars, which I've seen myself. I've had scars disappear and diminish incredibly. And it can mean big things like helping to get rid of cancers and things like that because your body's kind of cleaning house. So right there is a no-brainer. It also will do things like if you're losing a large amount of weight and you're worried about excess skin as you lose that weight, it helps tighten that skin up as you're losing because your body's getting rid of what it doesn't need. Number 3, every thrifty homesteader likes this one. It's free and you will save money. you won't be eating as much because, number one, you shouldn't be eating as much, right? You only need the amount of fuel you need to make all of the functions of your body work properly and to give yourself the nutrients and things that you need. We aren't growing anymore, right? We're adults, we're maxed out, we're not going to grow another 3 feet this summer. We are where we are, right? So we don't have to keep fueling our bodies like we would if we were still a growing child, because we're not. We only need enough fuel for our bodies to function properly and to continue to live. Keeping your hormones in balance is part of that process, because what happens is when you're constantly eating all day long, breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner, dessert, right? You're releasing insulin constantly throughout the day. Think of insulin kind of like a fat storage hormone, basically. The more you're releasing insulin into your blood and feeding that, your body isn't able to just live off of the food that's in your body, basically that stored fat, which you can use to give yourself energy and to run off of, as well as obviously assisting weight loss in that sense. When you're fasting, you're lowering your insulin levels and you're increasing your growth hormones, as well as increasing your norepinephrine, which all assist in the body's ability to use fat for energy. Insulin resistance is when your body stops responding to that hormone properly. And because of that, it's leading to more and more cases of diabetes in our society. Part of that is because we have fast food and packaged foods easily available around us all the time, and people saying that you have to eat, 3 squares a day plus 3 snacks, which is not good for you because you're constantly releasing insulin, which means you're not reaching ketosis and you're not reaching autophagy. I've always said that, counting calories is BS. I've said that for years and years and years and years. It never made sense to me because a cup of broccoli is 31 calories. 31 calories of a cookie is, very different. I could do, if I found a cookie that was a 100-calorie cookie and I had, 3 cups of broccoli, I'm going to get more nutrients out of those 3 cups of broccoli, and I'm going to be a lot more satisfied and more full and fed better than if I eat that one cookie. Your body doesn't know what a calorie is. It doesn't care. Your body runs off of nutrients, not calories. It cares if you're getting, enough vitamins and minerals and fibers and all of those things. That is what your body needs to continue to function properly, and that is what you have to focus on. So the great thing is you're saving money because this is not like a plan you have to sign up for. You don't have to go to a meeting once a week. I do have a couple books down below that I recommend, but they're not going to break the bank, and it does go into some more detail about kind of explaining how this works, why it works, and all of that, more than the couple-minute rundown I'm going to give you guys here. For example, I do a 1 meal a day, which we call OMAD, and that meal can be spread out over, and most days I do that. I don't do that every day. Some days we might have 2 meals if there's, whatever. But it doesn't mean that I'm only eating 1 little plate of food. I'm not like starving myself. You want to eat until you're satisfied. And you start to learn that appetite correction starts to kick in, and you start to understand when your body is approaching satisfied, had enough, whatever, and you move on. You close your window and you're done. Fueling your body with those nutrients that you need, found in a variety of different plants and fruits, vegetables, legumes, seeds, nuts. Of course, I do eat animal products. We live on a farm. I raise animals. But as I have said previously, I do believe in a mostly plant-based whole foods diet, which means I want it to come as close to from nature when I get it, not out of a box, with all kinds of other chemicals and things added to it, because a lot of those can trip you up as well in your health or weight loss journey. When I eat meat, I do make sure it's something that I've either raised or was raised locally and, raised correctly, fed right, because, your omegas and your vitamin B12 are going to be higher in animals that were fed correctly than animals that were raised in a warehouse and fed corn. That's just true. So when I do eat meat, I want to eat the things, or the, animal products, I want to eat ones that I know I'm getting all the benefits from. And it's an addendum to my meal. It's not the focus of my meal. So if you think about it, like when I'm going to sit down and have meat one night, I'll have, my veggies and, my fruits and my nuts and my whatever, and then I might have some meat mixed in or some eggs mixed in. But it's not the main focus of the meal, because our bodies, and I will say this till the day I die, our bodies aren't meant to break down the animal products on the scale that we eat them. We tend to eat too much, and that's one of the problems that I have with the keto diet. Is it's very heavy in oils, and very heavy in animal foods, which have a lot of other problems associated with them. Our bodies don't break them down as well. It can lead to inflammation and heart disease and things like that, having high cholesterol and all of that. I do believe that eating a certain amount of it is fine, but I don't eat it every day, and I don't eat large quantities of it at one time. When I do, it's not the main focus of my meal. It's, I look at the course of a week, or maybe even sometimes over the course of, 2 or 3 weeks, the different vegetables I'm eating, the different nuts I'm eating, the different seeds I'm eating, and whatever animal products that I'm eating, mixed in that rotation, for a healthy balance over time versus all in one day. But you're not spending the amount on food because you're not trying to, oh, I gotta stop and grab something for breakfast. Oh, I gotta stop and grab something for lunch. Oh, I gotta stop and grab a snack. That constant feeding, you're saving so much money, which is great. Who wants to be spending a ton of money? Reason number 4 is it's very flexible. One of the great things about it is that people stick with it because it's very forgiving and very flexible. A lot of times we get mad at ourselves, like, oh, I didn't eat this, or I didn't measure that, or there is none of that. There is no counting calories. There is no measuring. There is none of that. It is simply eating until you're satisfied within your window and fasting clean. So maybe today my window's 2 hours. And so I might have, my one meal, which might consist of, a small snack, like some nuts and maybe a little orange, little mandarin orange. Then I might have like a big salad full of like chia seeds and, different kales and chards and mixed greens and olives and some fermented foods and tomatoes and, all kinds of stuff mixed in there, some beans, all kinds of things mixed into the salad. And that'll kind of be like my main focus. So we sort of think of it like an appetizer, a main meal, and, maybe like another snack even, or like a dessert type of thing, which sometimes for dessert, I like to do like nuts and some dried fruit or something like that. And like a little bit of honey I might do. And dates are wonderful. Oh my God, dates are the best. So good for you too. But all of that is my normal day. When we're busy and whatever, that's my normal day. Is in my window, that's what I'm eating. But on a weekend, we might be going to a party. So that means there's more grazing at a party. I might have a drink that night. I might have, something I wouldn't normally eat that's maybe a little more processed or whatever, because, a lot of times though I do bring my own food just because I'm strict about the health aspect of it. So a lot of times I won't eat what's at a party because I'm weird, but I might have a longer window because I want to have a few drinks that night. And that's okay. It's flexible. If I want to have a piece of cake at the birthday party, I have a piece of cake at the birthday party. It's not a Nazi diet where you gotta do it, follow these parameters. I do, as I've said, I mostly whole foods, mostly plant-based whole foods diet. But I don't like the word diet because it sounds restrictive and it has such a negative connotation behind it. It really is a lifestyle. In one of the books below, Delay, Don't Deny by Jen Stevens, she really gets into, a lot of the kind of philosophy behind it and why it kind of clicks in our brains the way it does and why it makes sense. Because you're not starving yourself. It's very flexible. I eat a lot, but I'm not overeating in my window. I'm eating a variety of different things, and I'm satisfied. And sometimes I have a treat, and sometimes that's okay. So the flexibility of it, with being able to, have a longer window, open it at a different time, shift it around a little bit, it's not going to affect you in a negative way. When you're doing a fasting lifestyle, it's going to make it a lot easier because it is so flexible. It's just something people stick with. I mean, think about it. You're already sleeping for 8 hours a night, or at least you should be, because it's part of being healthy. So you're 8 hours into your fast already. Now you just have to get through another few hours, depending on how big you want your fasting section to be before you hit your window. So you're already halfway there for a lot of people. If you're only doing a 16-hour fast, that's it. You're good. You're golden. And you're reaching ketosis, and you're reaching autophagy, and you're controlling your insulin levels, and you're on your way to better health that way. Reason number 5. It has been shown, and I've again posted a bunch of stuff down below. It's been shown to help with diabetes. It's been shown to help with PCOS. It's been shown to help with cardiovascular and cholesterol issues. Of course, weight loss, cancer, as well as, higher cognitive function, because all of your hormones and everything are working better, and your body is actually functioning in a much more efficient and effective way. Reversing and preventing disease states is huge, because we have so much high cholesterol medications and diabetes medications and all of these issues, that a lot of which, food is medicine, a lot of which can be healed with how we eat and when we eat. And that is such like a game changer, because you don't want to miss out on all of the healthy foods that you can be eating, and when you eat them, allowing your body that healing time. So I always tell people your fasting time is your healing time. So it's when you're reaching ketosis, it's when you're having autophagy, it's when you're keeping your hormones in balance, or I should say getting them in balance. You're, preventing insulin resistance, which can lead to diabetes, and you're training your body to be more efficient and work as a better machine. And all of that is huge. I worked in pharmacy for 20 years, and I saw people for years, the same patients, and I watched them decline, and I watched them get more medications added, and I also saw the kinds of things that they were eating and the kind of life that they were living, and it spirals you. It really, really does. You make bad food choices, you make bad life choices, you become more sedentary, you start taking more medications, and it does. It's like a circle. And that's why we're so dependent on a lot of that stuff now. But we have to get back to, that food is medicine, and that we can heal our bodies that way, and that we can function better that way. It's important. I've been doing intermittent fasting now for several years, and IF has been great for me. I am in better shape now, almost at 40, than I was when I was in my 20s. I'm not starving myself. I'm actually helping, not hurting my metabolism by living this lifestyle. I run at 3 miles a day. I work out and weight train for about an hour a day. And I have a lot of energy. I get a lot of stuff done around here, and chase after Frankie. And I take a dance class once a week. And, I'm not lacking in muscle. I'm not skin and bones. I'm strong and healthy. And I don't feel deprived in any way. I'm definitely not starving myself. I do, like I said, I am very much have become a health nut the older that I get. And so I do eat a mostly plant-based whole foods diet. When I do eat animal products, it's sort of the addendum to my meal, not the main focus of my meal. So I eat a variety of, different greens and vegetables and different fruits and nuts and legumes and seeds, and whole grains like barley and quinoa, which barley has been shown to help prevent and reduce, I should say, the risk of diabetes by like 21%. And there's so many, and it also helps with weight loss. There's a lot of, health benefits and vitamins and minerals that our body needs. And when you're you know, with something like a keto diet, which if you've seen that video, I don't like the keto diet because a lot of people get very unhealthy doing that diet. Are there potentially healthier ways to do that, to do a ketogenic diet? Yes. Essentially, in a way, what I eat is a more ketogenic diet in the sense that I'm not eating carbs from processed sugars. I'm not eating processed foods. So it could be considered that in some ways. However, the keto diet that everybody's on, where, you know, there's cooking with lots of oils and butters or butter, I should say, milk, and you see all these keto-friendly foods that everybody's hawking and whatever, they're all packaged. You're getting a lot of chemicals. You're getting a lot of process. That's not good for you. You know, you want your food as close to its natural state when it gets to you as possible, with as little processing as possible. There's sneaky things that they get in there that you think, oh, it's healthy. It says it's this friendly and it's no carbs and it's gluten-free and all this. You flip it over. Read those ingredients, because I guarantee you 9 times out of 10 you're going to find at least 3 things that you're like, oh geez, I didn't know that was in there, you know. And being mindful of what you're putting in your body is huge as well. So I really feel like combining IF with the meals that I tend to eat and the types of foods that I tend to eat, and giving it a broad mix, you know, and I look at it on a weekly basis. I kind of think like, oh, you know, when was the last time I had some barley? Oh, it's been, you know, it's been like a week. So I'm gonna have a little bit of barley. Or, oh, when was the last time I had, you know, I haven't had chia seeds in my salad. I want to put some chia seeds in my salad, or, you know, whatever. So there's kind of thinking of like different things that you can add in that are, you know, high in fiber, high in nutrients, and the great thing is that doing it that way, I'm getting a healthy balance, a healthy mix of different nutrients and minerals that my body needs to run. And I'm not overdoing it on other things like the oils, the meats, and the dairies that could potentially cause other health issues later on. So quick rundown, ketosis, number 1 reason why you should do intermittent fasting, and it's ketosis without having any kind of restrictions, still able to eat whole grains and, you know, healthy carbs in your window, or if you choose unhealthy carbs in your window, and you'll still reach ketosis every day once you get through your glycogen stores if you're simply doing this for weight loss. Obviously, you'll have better results if you're, you know, eating healthier foods and not doing the processed sugars and things. Be having that fabulous autophagy and hormone balance going on. Love it. Dealing with that insulin resistance, you'll be on top of it. It's free, it doesn't cost you anything, and you'll be saving some money because you won't be eating constantly. You'll be making it window worthy and having your meal or meals, depending on, you know, how you're doing your window. But you'll be able to, you know, a lot of people say they save a lot of money when they start doing it because they didn't realize how much they were eating in a day. And then they go, well, God, no wonder I had gained weight or was feeling sluggish because, you know. It's flexible as a lifestyle. You make it work for you. You work it around your schedule, not the other way around. So it makes it easier to stick to it. Preventing and reversing different disease states, guys, that's a huge one. I mean, with cancer and diabetes and all the things that we have now, not just that stuff. Honestly, you guys, I can't even tell you when the last time I had a cold was. Honestly, I did get one bad stomach bug a couple years ago, but yeah, I don't get sick very often. It doesn't happen since I started doing intermittent fasting a few years ago. It's very rare now. And when I do start to kind of feel something coming on, man, it's gone fast. Like a day and a half later, I'm like, oh, guess I'm not going to get sick. Like, it's past, you know. Part of that is because I fuel my body in a healthy way and I stay active. You know, you're eating a lot of, you know, heavy meats and things like that. You feel bloated, you have inflammation, you have, you know, a lot of gut issues. People don't realize that sometimes that they have gut issues because they don't realize it until they don't have them anymore and they go, oh, that wasn't normal. You know, I'm a huge proponent of, you know, probiotics in your life. The best, of course, is to make it yourself or, you know, find a good one at a store, read the ingredients, see what's in it, switch it up from time to time, keep that gut bacteria healthy. I feel very strongly about intermittent fasting as well, and I really want to share it with you guys because it's something that has worked so well for me over the years. It's really changed my relationship with food. I struggled with my weight when I was younger, and I tried all kinds of different things, and I had bad body image issues in my mind, and just a lot of things that I battled with over the years. And when I found this, it really changed the way I looked at food. And as we were moving out here, and one of the reasons that we did, start this whole thing with the farm is because I feel very passionately about, raising meat the right way and, not leaving as big a footprint. So I don't eat meat that I haven't raised for the most part. If I go somewhere, I do make sure that it's, like a farm to table, or I trade with someone that has something that I don't have that they do that I want, like maybe salmon or something. We've traded for that before. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope that you learned something about health in this video. I hope that you take something away from it, whether you agree with me or not. I sort of feel like the way that I feel, my personal health status being now what it was, when I was in my 20s, kind of speaks for itself. And I just want to share that with you guys because I am so passionate about health and fitness and learning how to make it very easy and maintainable. And this is one of those things that is so easy, so maintainable, that I want to just shout it from the rooftop. So this is my rooftop. Here you go. So I hope you learned something, and I hope you give it a try. I've put a lot of links down below that get into the real geeky, sciencey stuff about it, and some other helpful links to Jen Stevens' books, as well as Dr. Fung's obesity code and things like that, are all down in the bottom description there. You'll find links. So happy reading, happy researching on your own, and I hope that we can all become healthier as we move forward into 2020 because, why not? Why not put ourselves as a priority and take that seriously? Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell so you get the notifications.